Hey guys, Papa Lugnut here. So if you're new to the channel, the style of videos that I'm doing for this particular series isn't really supposed to be like a tutorial or anything like that. So I know this is supposed to be like the tune-up video for the TJ that I've been working on. It's just me doing some like maintenance things for it. Things like the spark plugs, air filter replacement, spark plug wires, stuff like that. It's pretty simple. It's more of like you're sitting on the porcelain throne trying to watch a video real quick, or just trying to eat dinner and want something to throw on in the background. It's kind of like the video that this is. Um, but got some fun things in here. Like I've got the battery terminal replacement things in here as well as the airbox replacement, just because it just seemed like the place to put them. If this is the kind of thing you're into, feel free to subscribe and stick around because there's going to be a lot more work to do on this. I already have a few more videos planned to be putting out. Video recordings stuff is already done, so I just need to get the videos out. Wasn't even going to record this tonight, but I figured spend a little bit of time, so I need to put this out. Also, you might notice in this video there's some audio recording issues. It's because the Bluetooth receiver that I was using for my camera is just kind of being a little bit funky. It's just not the best. I tried to wear it because it was windy and it has a little bit of like a little cushion thing on the end of the mic, so you don't hear the when the wind's blowing. So that's why I was trying to use it, but ended up just kind of not doing that. But you'll see in some of the videos that get put out after this, it's still the same issue because it's not chronologically the same. So just bear with me there, but otherwise, hope you guys enjoy the video.
Yeah, as much as I've talked about not wanting to cut into factory wires, about to take a Dremel for these two bad boys. Hopefully we can get these connections nice and cleaned up and have them working even better than they are now, because they're pretty gross right now. They don't even really open when you go to unscrew them. So got the black leads all the way done. I'm going to get some red electrical tape just so I can make sure I don't confuse these two, and get that all wrapped up here eventually. To be fair, I do think these may have been for the single terminal battery cables, although I don't know why in the kit, if that was the case, they would have 4 of these. No, actually, yeah, that wouldn't make sense. There wouldn't be 4 of these if that was the case. There wouldn't be 2 red and 2 black. Yeah, I don't know. These seemed almost a little too big for the wires that I had, which is why you notice I was crimping them twice just to get it kind of like horizontally and then vertically, just to have it in two different planes. Yeah, you shouldn't have to do that. So I don't know. Maybe I just didn't have the size set right on my crimps. Who knows? But I feel fairly confident that they'll stay. Like it felt pretty tight when I do the second crimp. So yeah, I'm just gonna hit these with some red electrical tape, and it should be nice, orderly, all solid. For some reason, the heat shrink was also not really big enough for too big for these wires. Which once again, it was a kit for battery terminal wires, so it should have fit fine. But is what it is. So that'll be another day when I get this tape in. Alright, so today should be pretty easy. We have everything on the cooling system back in place. I thought we were going to be missing both of the heater core hoses. Apparently actually missing one of them. This one, it's installed backwards right now, but I'll fix that soon enough. Today I'm just going to be putting in the spark plugs, the wires for the spark plugs, as well as the coil pack. Which, in my mistake, I bought 4 of these. I didn't realize this Jeep only has 1. So there's the coil pack right there. On other cars that I've worked on, it's been each cylinder has its own coil, or a coil pack will, do different banks. But on this Jeep, it looks like there's only 1, so I probably just do a return later for the other 3 that I got out of abundance of caution. But today I'm also going to take off this little bit of the air box, just because it's broken right here. It doesn't actually hold itself at all. It's completely separated. I'm assuming someone probably leaned on it when they were doing something and it just snapped, but can't really speculate too much, I guess. But I'm gonna go ahead and take that off. Just use the plastic welding method that we use to get something on here. Oh, there you go, right there. Fixed yesterday. It's not super pretty, but you just put an extra globs of plastic on it afterwards, just to make sure you don't cut yourself on the really sharp spikes that come off of it. So yeah, that's the plan for today. Should be easy. Should be pretty straightforward. Kind of looking forward to it, because then, next steps are just cleaning out the inside so I can paint the rest of it. So here's all of our old goodies. And in terms of the spark plugs, nothing actually looked that bad. Like, they just look kind of like you'd expect, you know, but it doesn't look like anything was running rich. Doesn't look like anything had oil being thrown all over the place. It was pretty good. So there was like a little bit of corrosion around corrosion around the threads, but nothing insane. Like, it just kind of looks like a sort of expect for it to look. I don't know why the back ends are kind of like sticky though. There's like some kind of a weird substance on them. I'm not familiar with what that would be, but it's on all of them. It seems pretty uniform, so I'm assuming it's just like a intended coating, but I'm just not super familiar with what it is. But yeah, no, I think these, you know, look good considering. And then, you know, I can't really tell if a wire's good or not, but just replace them just because it was recommended. Same thing with this. Alright, so we got in all of our new spark plugs, our new wires, got in the new coil. Now I'm just going to go ahead and work on addressing this. Not sure if I'm going to just remove the whole thing and then try to do this while it's off, because it'll be a little easier to work with if, you know, going forward in the future, if I patch the bottom so they don't have the little, you know, spike thing sticking out towards me. But it's going to be a little harder to make that work with the plastic welder. So I'll probably take it off, just look at it, and then might put it back on to do the patch. So I'm going to just do this here. There's like ridges on the bottom, so it makes it so if I flipped it over it wouldn't really work. Plus getting that PCV valve off was not working at all. But you know, still it wouldn't work on the bottom anyway. So I'm going to do it here. So that's this fixed. Now it's all, you know, as you see I push here and the whole thing moves. It's all one unit again. You know, as you see though, you have those little things that stick up. So I'm actually going to try to get a Dremel and just see if I can take them down just a little bit. Didn't try that on the test pieces I did, but I think that might work. So that worked fairly well actually. There's not really sharp edges anymore. Like, I'm not going to cut myself on it at least, you know? So, nice. So yeah, now we are pretty much done. I just got the airbox back together. The only thing left to really do, you can see the heater core hose up there isn't really in place yet. That will come in time. I am probably going to put these videos out of order, so the cooling system video isn't probably going to be out yet. So if you're looking at this and you're like, you didn't do anything with the cooling system, like I promise I did. The whole thing's been replaced. It's just a bit of a process, so that took longer than this. So this is just coming first. Once that hose gets put on, the rest of the cooling system video will probably be out. But you know, for the tune-up, we did the air filter, we did the battery terminals, you know, we did the box plastic welding, we did our spark plugs, our wires, our coil. So, you know, pretty much all the maintenance items except for the belt, which, you know, kind of tragedy struck there. I got one for essentially free from CarQuest, and they were closing all their West Coast locations, and then I just tore it up trying to put it in. So we went back to the old belt. Granted, nothing's wrong with the old belt. It's fine, but, you know, it's just going to be uglier. But yeah, I'm going to end off on that. You know, if this is the kind of thing you guys like watching, subscribe. Go ahead and just keep watching other videos in the playlist. Hopefully I get a little better at recording these as I go on. I'm still pretty novice with all this. Not that I have to say that, but yeah, thanks for watching, the 30 of you that are going to see this, and maybe I'll see you in the next one.